The world's most expensive cities for 2022. CNN, global mobility company ECA International has released its annual list of the world's most expensive cities to live in, and once again Hong Kong has landed at the top of the list. The company calculates the list based on the several factors, including the average price of household staples like milk and cooking oil, rent, utilities, public transit, and the strength of the local currency. This is the third year in a row that Hong Kong has claimed the dubious honor of being the world's priciest city on the ECA index. The index specifically focuses on the foreign workers at the expat and in their ranks. Asia takes the prize. It's safety to call Asia the most expensive continent with 5 cities, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Seoul, landing in the top 10. Some regulators include the Middle East in Asia. In that case, Tel Aviv, which is in 6th place, also counts toward Asia's total and would give it 6 out of 10 spots. Asia also claims the honor of being home to the fastest rising city on the overall list. That would be Colombo, Sri Lanka's main metropolis, which jumped 26 places from 162 to 149. Lee Kwane, ECA's regional director for Asia, explained the reasoning for mainland China's growing presence on the index. The majority of the mainland Chinese cities in their length have a higher rate of inflation than we're used to seeing, but they are still typically lower than elsewhere in Asia. Kwane said in a statement. Therefore, the main reason for their rise in the rankings has been the continued strength of the Chinese yuan against the other major currencies. Lower down the list. So, which cities are lower ranked than in the previous years? Paris, which has topped the ECA list in the past, dropped out of the top 30. Madrid, Rome, and Brussels all fell as well. Nearly every major Eurozone city saw a drop in the rankings in this year, as the euro performed worse in the last 12 months than the US dollar and British pound, Kwane explains. External factors like politics and international conflicts can also play a role. Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the accompanying sanctions placed by many countries meant that Moscow came in 62nd place and St. Petersburg landed in 147th. Europe's most expensive city is Geneva, Switzerland, which was in 3rd place after Hong Kong and New York City. Switzerland used a Swiss franc instead of the euro. The coronavirus pandemic has, of course, played a role in global supply chains and other economic factors. Other rankings. ECA International isn't the only company that ranks the world cities based on the economics. London-based economist intelligence unit called the EIU released its worldwide cost of living index every December. In 2021, Tel Aviv took the prize for costliest place to live, with Paris and Singapore tying for second. Hong Kong was in the 5th spot behind Zurich. In 2020, Hong Kong, Zurich, and Paris all shared the designation of number 1. Both list use the prices of everyday items like groceries and fuel to determine their length. However, EIU ties its figures to the US dollar, so economies that do the same thing, like Hong Kong for one, are more likely to rank highly. Either way, regardless of the order cities are listed on different indexes, it's clear that Asian, European, and North American cities are far more expensive to live than their counterparts in Africa and South America. The world's most expensive cities: 1. Hong Kong, 2nd. New York, 3rd. Geneva, 4th. London, 5th. Tokyo, 6th. Tel Aviv, 7th. Zurich, 8th. Shanghai, 9th. Guangzhou, 10th. Seoul,